Mike. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we here for tonight. We leaving and giving zero. I gotta watch my mouth, Lala. I got some things to say, and I'm getting straight to it. We leaving it all on the floor. Hey! Let me get a temp check. Clear. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway Podcast, where the situations matter more than the relationships. I don't know if I can emphasize that enough. Where the situations matter more than the relationships. Perspectives will be respected by everybody. You get me? If not, you will be muted. Perspectives will be respected by everybody. If this is your first time tapping in with LOBP, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Get acquainted with what we doing on Instagram, IM_Broadway, and of course, Live on Broadway Podcast. Make sure you tap in and go to the YouTube and Live on Broadway Podcast, right? Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are available. With that said, greetings and salutations to you all. Hey, Rubes.
Hey, big brother.
What's happening with it?
I'm chilling like a villain.
Okay. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. We got a lot of things. Man, we got, Sean, pull up, Sean. We got my guy DWI. We got Allison in the room. What's happening with you?
Pull up.
Okay, looking good, feeling better. Black never looked so good. Okay. Apologies also are definitely in order by way of everybody that's tuned in last week. We definitely had some technical issues and some things was going left. Just mute up on Instagram until I'm ready for you guys, please. We had the whole situation. We had the whole world in our hands. We had the whole world in our hands, and something went left, and just didn't work out right. Right, so needless to say, we here back with a vengeance, and I got some things to talk about. I'm gonna start with you, Rubes, per usual. How was your weekend, Queen?
My weekend was fun. I had a fun weekend. Super Bowl Sunday was yesterday. Went to Salsa con Fuego. Little Kim popped out. Trey Songz, Connie Diamond, Little C's. Oh. So it was a whole vibe yesterday. And I actually had a conversation with my cousin that I haven't spoken to in about 2 years, maybe. I think it was about 2 or 3 years that we haven't spoken to each other. And yesterday was the first time I saw her, and we squashed our issues, and it was a real dope night. So my weekend was
Round of applause for growth. You see, I've seen you in many different stages in life. Right, and I must admit, this you wear it well.
I like.
You know what I mean?
So much. It feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels so good to be back to my nice normal. Because when life be life, and it has a habit of altering your feelings and your emotions. And I was a real meanie. So, I'm coming down off of it. I'm being a little bit softer. So
no, I like it.
My sister was like, if we could forgive these dudes, then, you know what I'm saying?
Wake
we need
that
to forgive
up.
family, because family is...
Wake that up.
Family first. So.
That's right.
What the dudes got to do with it, though? Don't add us into that.
First of all, y'all have everything.
Listen, she just got there, D.
Right, and I just said how soft I was. And I'm going to tell you what it is, because y'all are the ones who altered my emotions, all right? Y'all, not early, you personally, because I didn't deal with you, but the men that I dealt with have...
Rules, don't let them still... He's trying it.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to make me hard. You're trying to make me thugged out. No,
yes, he's trying it.
No, what is your real name? Devarius.
No, but I love to hear it. I definitely love to hear it. We got a lot to talk about, but let me introduce my giants on Instagram. We got Queen Lala in the room. What's happening with you, girl?
Hi!
What's happening with you? I missed you last week.
I missed you too.
How was your weekend?
It was great. I enjoyed Usher Day. It was fun.
I enjoy it. We're going to talk about
Did
it,
y'all
too.
see me on the internet acting a whole fool?
A
That was
whole
me. I
fool.
did it.
A mess. A mess.
I was jumping up in front of the TV with my auntie. We had fun on Usher Day.
That's good.
I didn't care about the game. I didn't care. I sang every song. I did all the moves. I was like this.
Hey.
FSG.
A few Super Bowls ago when Beyonce was playing, the women was like, what was that little game that was happening when Beyonce was performing? Right? Y'all
I don't
remember
care.
that?
It's all about Usher. It's all about Usher. He was amazing. And he was wonderful. And it was my boyfriend since I was grade.
Oh, you just
And
can't
I
stop
loved every
smiling.
moment. And
Look at
he
that
took off
face.
his shirt, and I was screaming.
Lala,
and I was
why are
like,
you glowing?
She's still
I love
on her high.
Yo, Lala, why are you glowing so much?
You
because it was Usher.
Wait, Lala. Okay, Lala, we're gonna unpack
This
it
is
in a
how
moment.
this is how excited Broadway was for the verses. You know, after
Oh
he
my
switched
God, listen.
after he switched
Hey, Dad,
sides
hold up.
from Team Dip.
We just gonna mute her mic for a second. It's too early for
Who,
this.
me?
No, Ruby. D, how was your
Wait,
weekend,
and then
King?
Damien texted me. He texted me hating on me, talking about stuff. I see you on the internet with about Usher and sending me all kinds of memes and stuff. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, that's my boyfriend.
Usher
So my weekend
overload.
was great. It was Usher.
Marie, funny. Tap in with me, D. How was your weekend? We're gonna get to you in a second. My guy Sean in the room. What up, though, D? How was your weekend, King? Unmute. The mute button. Just hit it right there. Push.
Nah,
There
what
you go.
happened,
Hey,
what
welcome,
happened
D.
was Sean moved me. I was down there. I was going mute and Lala's there. So I don't need no instructionals right now. What's up, Sean?
What's happening with it?
What up?
Let me talk to my good brother Sean first before I even talk to the regulars. Yo, what's up, y'all?
What's happening? How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
On weekend, like I told you, every day is a weekend for me. Every day is the same kind of day. I don't have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, love. You know what I mean? Every day is a good day.
Every day is a good day. I love to hear it.
People need to stop living for the weekend. Y'all making yourself old too fast, trying to rush to check the check. Enjoy every 24/7.
We do need one. We need one because you singing us another sad love song. How it go? Just another sad love song.
Just another sad
Love song
wrecking my brain.
Wow, we got talent in here.
What up, though, Sean? How was your weekend, King? Greetings.
What up? Greetings. My weekend was great, man. I'm blessed always. Good to see y'all. How y'all all been?
Good. Feeling good, looking better. I'm here for it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Woosah. Obviously, I think the first order of business is I think you guys. I know what you guys want to talk about, but can I talk about how Lil Wayne is getting fat? No, nobody cares. Do anybody care about Lil Wayne getting fat? His cheeks are starting to hang over his. Let me unmute you first. How about that?
Right, unmute me. First of all, if you're gonna talk about Wayne's weight, talk about it with maybe curiosity and the fact that you don't know what's going on, as opposed to talking about Wayne and making assumptions, because there will never be any Dwayne Carter slander in front of Ruby Davis. All right? So if you want to know, he's kicking his habit.
Oh, the lean.
He's kicking his habit.
His lean.
Yes, and you know when you kick your habit,
You know what
your
else
body
is leaning?
changes.
His cheeks over his mustache.
Right.
They're
right.
leaning.
And you know what else is leaning? Them record sales. What's happening, baby? You fine, baby.
I find it
You
very-
mine, baby.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that we can criticize and critique women's weight, right? If dudes is gaining weight, we should be able to critique their weight too.
You
have it or not.
You shouldn't critique a woman's weight, though. You don't know what she's going through for you to be critiquing her weight. She could have just had a health issue.
We know what she's not going through.
Hey,
We know
wake that up.
What's she not going through, D?
Wake
The gym.
that up.
The gym.
Because your face is getting fat because you're not going to the gym?
All right, listen. Y'all don't care about Wayne. Usher, that's what y'all care about. Look, now
Yeah.
Lala left. Lala got so excited to push the button, she left
She
by
hung up
accident.
on herself.
She like, I need to
She
refresh
left
my
by
connection.
accident. She about to hit the button in a second. Usher, talk to me. How y'all feel? His performance. Alicia Keys, can we go there first? Alicia Keys, she looked amazing. Alicia Keys did look amazing. I have my critiques about Alicia. Lala, you gotta relax. That's your problem right there, Lala. you going nowhere fast. Oh my God, where's this stuff at?
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
I bet.
Ooh.
What happened?
So Alicia Keys started off the Super Bowl. I have some questions to ask you guys, but the first thing I'm gonna play is Alicia Keys and how terrible she sounded in the beginning. Right? And it kind of went something like this.
Some people.
Oh, y'all didn't hear it. Oh, y'all missing it.
Ooh,
Okay.
I heard that
Some people want it all.
Horrible. And let me tell you, that's you right there too, Holmes. Or that's you over there. If you need
we're
anything,
friends.
you can have a seat, Queen.
With friends like this, we don't need no enemies.
We're
This is
friends
a
like
black
the internet. We don't
Ooh.
need no enemies.
Ooh.
But let me tell you how the internet cleaned it up, right? The internet cleaned it up because then shortly thereafter they uploaded it to YouTube and Alicia sounded like this. It just sounds.
Some people want it all.
part. It's different.
That's the definition of protecting black women. Hello.
They AI'd it. They AI'd it. They self-corrected.
Wow.
They definitely put a flanger.
And so
Yeah, they fixed that crack
Definitely
in
put
her
some auto
voice.
tune.
She hit a Keisha Cole's note.
right. So Alicia Keys, I'm just gonna open up the floodgates. Jermaine Dupri, shout out to my guy Ray in the building. What's happening with you, King? How you doing, Queen? I mean, it's just a lot to unpack here. So I'm just going to open it up and let you guys have of it what you will. I have a question I will end with, but your reaction to Alicia Keys. Super Bowl 58.
I like the performance. When I watched the performance, I wasn't in the house. I was in the club. So like our audio was like a little bit different, and I didn't hear the crackling in her voice until you just played the video. I think because we were so excited that she was on, and we knew My Boo was coming on next, so that's what we was really waiting on. We didn't care about the song she was singing. Like, we knew My Boo was about to come, and somebody was about to grab their bae in the club.
Was you with your boo?
Nah, I wasn't with My Boo.
You wasn't with him?
Nah.
Who was he with?
He was in the house with his cat, where he was supposed to be.
Wow. Cat.
I bet.
Interesting word.
But overall, I like the performance, the skating, the singing, the songs. I don't criticize artists too much when they have like a bad performance.
Okay.
Or like they have a crack in them, because at the end of the day, I can't sing and they can. I don't know how many times they just rehearse before coming outside. So maybe they rehearsed too many times, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it right, and it cracked a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't get to sip the tea a little bit before coming on stage, but this woman has albums and sold out shows, and we don't. We can't sit there and, because she has one bad performance.
Well, let's
Well, I can see.
Hold on,
and
wait,
that's the only time-
bet out there,
y'all
bet out
like
there,
y'all-
bet out
y'all
there.
like y'all
Oh,
lesson-
wait.
y'all like y'all lesson last time,
Wait,
cutting people
wait,
off
hold
on
on.
mics?
Hold on. Because I find it very odd. There's a lot of grace you extended to this other black woman. woman. I don't see y'all extending the same grace to black men.
I of course I would. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? If
Okay.
somebody forgets the
Don't worry
lyrics,
about it.
I'm not going to penalize
I'm gonna unpack
them.
this very well.
I would never do that.
Lala, talk to us, Lala.
I would never do that.
I'm giving her grace. I'm giving her. I heard it, but I didn't care. I was happy she was there. I felt just like Ruth. I knew that my boo was coming on. I was jumping up and down. I will send you my reaction. I was like, go, girl, go, girl. I didn't care. I was happy she was there. But I heard it. Like, as a sister, I heard her mess up. But I didn't care.
Right.
I was happy that she hasn't been on that type of platform in years.
Okay.
But I was happy that she was there with Usher. I know their history. They've been singing together since they were teenagers. So I didn't care. I was just happy that they shared the stage together. They had that moment. He's been waiting to do the Super Bowl for a very long time. So I was happy.
Okay.
I didn't care.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, rapid fire. Sean, tap in with me.
Yeah, I would say that I don't knock people for a bad note. That's not a bad performance. That's just a bad note, and it actually lends to a great moment, whether you're there live, especially when you're there live, because you get to see and remember that. And as long as they don't have it throughout the performance, it's all good. You know, that note, for example, that I just mentioned, Keisha Cole, is now infamous. You know, because she did hit a bad note, but now same with Jay-Z on I wish I ever met her.
That ain't it, Sean. I promise you, that ain't it. I don't know what that was. I know you was going, but that ain't it, bro.
Who was that?
ain't it,
Dr. Dre
homie.
on Straight Outta Compton? He said, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't knock a person for hitting a bad note. That's
Okay.
why I'm actually commended, because it shows that they were live, one, and that technology wasn't taking over, lip syncing wasn't
No
there,
lip syncing.
and that I appreciate more so than missing a note. I appreciate more so than lip syncing.
Okay, D, where you at? D, you by your mic? Unmute. It's the one with the slash across. Okay, there you go.
I didn't it. Did I hear it? I think I might have heard. I was in the studio while I was recording. I probably didn't hear it loud. No, actually, I didn't hear it. No, I'm lying. Because in the studio we just had it muted. I was just watching her. I didn't even know type that she was there. And I didn't even see the whole either. But I know we're not talking about.
You didn't see what?
But it's all good. I'm Alicia Keys. There will be no slander on Alicia on my watch.
No, all right, so you're good either way you go, Holmes. You're good.
Could we talk about? Can we wake up the fact that he was trying to break up another marriage? Can we speak
So
on
hold
that?
on. I'm
for
gonna
the
get there. Hold
crybabies.
on. Hold on 1 second. What up, Ray? What's happening with my guy Ray in the room, man? What up, though, King? All right. Can we fix his mic up, please? Make sure his mic is. I got you.
Testing.
Yeah, you good.
All right. So with all this grace that we're extending to Miss Alicia Keys,
Oh shit.
with everything that everyone said that was good about the performance, all of those things have to be taken into consideration when you have to talk about preparation. And she should be the consummate professional because of her longevity and how long she's been doing this.
Okay.
So all of the things that give her grace also speaks to, hey, listen, you on a national stage, 100 million people watching. I need the best of what you got. Which the note doesn't take away from the performance because it was live.
Fuck yeah.
But you have to ask for a person's professional performance at that stage.
Understood.
No, I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
I hear that.
I'm
But
rolling.
as a professional person who things like that happen. Whether it's happened to Michael Jackson, it's happened to Lou Rawls, it's happened to a lot of people. Whether it was caught on that stage or not is a matter of opinion. It happens. Things happen like that. And as a professional, we understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so firstly, I'm going to lead with love. She looked amazing. Mm-hmm. When it opens up with the red going everywhere, she looked flawless, right? Listen, Alicia Keys always gives me a little bit of being fake masculine in certain ways, right? Or being tomboy-ish. I'm not going to say masculine. Mm-hmm. That's not the right word. She's a queen. When she was doing that little sachet walk to the side, I felt my third leg twiggle.
Yeah.
But what I will say is Alicia sound good outside of that, and I was in the bar, so nobody really heard that until after the fact, after the matter. But there was a third party that was responsible for creating one of Usher's classics that we all know, called Confessions. And he came out. Hello?
Every time I see him, I just be wondering, how did he get Janet Jackson?
How did he get Janet Jackson?
Every time I see him, I just be like, how did Janet Jackson?
It's personality. We don't be looking at what y'all be wearing a lot of times.
No, what he wearing is not the issue because he got a bunch of money.
He got money.
He's still funny looking.
So wait.
Yeah, sure. A lot of people funny looking. A lot of people was toe up from the flow up, make you want to throw up. Trust me.
So let me ask you, was all right, before we get to JD, was Usher wrong for the way he grabbed Alicia Keys?
No.
No?
No.
No.
No. And
Ray saying, I don't know if I got enough time for that.
No.
And what y'all have to think
I'm
about
coming
is
right
this,
now.
because y'all are so sensitive. Y'all are so sensitive. Y'all are the same people that would sit there and break up with your girlfriend because somebody liked a couple of her pictures. Y'all are really sensitive.
Okay.
But what
So
y'all
you
have
don't
to
have no
understand
problem.
is,
My bad, go ahead.
ask a question.
You don't have no problem with your man liking sexy women photos on social media?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
What is a picture gonna do?
Okay.
What is a picture gonna do? Now, if you sliding in DMs and trying to link, then yeah, that's where the problem arises. But if you like a picture, that's what the internet is for. That's why there's a like button. That's why there's a share button. That's why there's a heart, a thumbs up, a crying. Like, these are things that are supposed to happen on the internet. So why everyone is acting like it's unorthodox, it's crazy. But as far as their performance, it was a performance.
He did a poke.
That's what you're supposed to do during a performance. And everyone had their panties in a bunch, and her husband applauded the.
Whoa. Before we get to the peace offering, just stay on violence. So you're cool with it?
Yes, I am.
So that tells me if you're cool with your significant other doing it, so then you may be cool with liking sexy men on your social media.
Absolutely. Why can't I like sexy men? I'm a human with eyes.
I'm just getting a general consensus of the room.
Absolutely.
Lala, I got to go to Lala. She got a lot to say. Lala, go for it, Queen. I've never seen a black person turn purple, and your dimples are definitely dimpling. Go ahead. If you guys, hold on, La. Shout out to the YouTube viewership. Make sure you guys are like, commenting, subscribing. Shout out to Queen Lolo. Shout out to Terica. I see you, Lo. I see you, T. Lala, what's up?
I had no problem with it because they were recreating the video. If you're a true Usher fan, you know the video. And that's what they did in the video.
You sure you're a scientist and not a lawyer? Lala's a scientist for new viewership. So it was cool because that's something that they did like 15 years ago.
Right. If you know Usher and you know his halftime show, he recreated the song. His song,
My Boo.
what's it called? Yeah, he did things in his video.
Okay.
So part of the video was him holding Alicia. So that's why I didn't have a problem with it. Because that's what they did in the video.
DMX and Swiss Beats did something violent in DMX videos too. But we'll unpack that later. Sean, what's up?
But DMX ain't there, and Swiss Beats wasn't in the performance. Alicia Keys and Usher was in the performance, and that's what they did in the video.
Wake that up.
did I have a problem with what they did? No, because they were performing, and that's what they did 20 years ago in the video.
Okay.
They
Sean,
were performing. That was their job.
Sean,
That's a valid. That's
what
a
up?
valid point. That's a valid point. But and I got two sides of that story. One, I understand it's a performance, but after a certain amount of time, you might have a understanding. She wasn't married during that performance. She's married now. Now, if her husband don't got no issue with it, I don't have no issue with it. You know, so
But
it's.
how do we know she didn't talk to her husband prior to?
You didn't hear what I said. I said if
that
her
black
husband
man
don't
is
have no
talking.
issue with
Respect
it,
his mic. That black man is talking. That black man is talking. There won't be any speaking over that black man. Go ahead, Sean. We hear you.
All right. So yeah, like I said, if her husband didn't have no issue with it, I don't have no issue with it. The only time it becomes an issue is if it was something that was discussed between them and they had an understanding and that was violated. But if that wasn't the case, you know, in the performance, he might have already asked Swiss, yo, do you mind if I, you know, I might hug up on her. You know, I'll keep it as respectful as possible, whatever the case may be. And Swiss might agree to it. I don't know that. I really don't care because she's not my wife. Now, would I have an issue if she was my wife? Not particularly with that because I wouldn't. But there are times that people do go a little far in their performances and blame it on the performance, i.e. actors who go too far. If you're getting erect while you're having a love scene with my wife, that's not acting.
Say that last part again. I'm sorry. Sean?
I said, if you're getting erect while you're having a love scene with my wife, that's not acting. And I've been on those sets. So you can do it where it's respectable and y'all have that respect and it's believable. Like there's some actors who say no tongue when you kiss. If you tonguing down my wife, there's no need for that. You can actually play it off, and it's been done in acting scenarios time and time again, especially in married couples who are both actors who know that it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. But here's the thing. So there was a situation when Usher and Beyonce did Bad Girl. It's the same album, Confessions, right? Beyonce was with Jay-Z. And I believe it was the Grammys or the AMAs, and Jay-Z felt that Usher took it too far. They never performed that again. Hence why I said what I said. I don't think he took it too far with Alicia, because based off of that, I think that he fact-checked it with whoever.
All right, listen.
Whoever they're with.
Nah.
D,
Jay-Z
hold on, wait,
was
hold
just insecure.
on, hold on, Sean. D, because I don't want to ISO, no, I don't want to, how you say, negate or stop you from giving your point. What's your point? Because I got some real stuff to talk about, and it's not Alicia Keys.
No, I'm fine. I said what I said.
All right, come on, D, go for it.
So when I seen the freeze frame of it, I was like, hey, well, Usher again. Don't
D, you
leave the
talking
girl.
either you too close to your mic because your mic is popping.
Me?
Yeah, there you go. You sound better. Move back a little bit. You sound great.
So when I seen everybody, I was like, wow, that hug was a little too intimate. But then after watching it like roll out, it didn't even last that long. It was faster than it looked. And I don't go into what else does. Well, what I do and what I could do, because you don't know how different. You'll feel different ways of intention on both sides. What you think they were trying to do. Obviously, Alicia's in a happy marriage, and Usher does, but he does performing. And it was the Super Bowl, so Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, like it had to be something like that. So we'll just leave it at that. So I'm cool.
Cool.
Because I hung up on enough women that my woman is going to she get high with that. I stay hugging up on.
Jermaine Dupri, I like the outfit. I know he received a lot of backlash by way of it. I actually like the outfit. But I have a more important question to ask you guys. Where are you guys placing this? Super Bowl performance. Where is it at? How do you feel about it? Usher, Super Bowl 58. Where you placing the performance?
As far as like if he had like the best,
Was it a good performance?
It was good. Usher was good. I enjoyed the songs. I definitely enjoyed the skating because I can't skate to save my life. Like, and he is smooth on them things. Like Usher is, and I like the wardrobe changes. Like,
Okay.
They were cute. They were cute. So yeah.
Okay,
I like the performance.
let me be the bearer of bad news. I feel like this Super Bowl performance was fucking horrible. Wake that up. Hello, do I have anything?
Wake that
I
up.
feel like it was bad. I wasn't excited about it. I was more excited with the idea of what it was gonna look like because Usher's my guy. I'm a big fan of Usher. It doesn't take away from how I feel about Usher as a whole. He gets that grace from me. What up though, collectors? Pull up, hit the button. I'm gonna bring you up. But I feel as though it doesn't feel like it was 15 minutes because it happened that fast. Right? I don't feel like it compares to Prince. I don't feel like it compares to Beyonce. I don't feel like it compared to any of the Beyoncés. I think it was 16 or 13, whatever years it was. I don't feel like it compares to Michael Jackson. I feel like a lot of times we live in the moment and we get caught up in the moment and we start feeling excited about it because it's Usher and coming off of his residency, he sounds amazing. Usher is that guy. This Super Bowl performance doesn't take anything away from him. For me, I just feel as though he's not my guy in regards to Super Bowl. The wardrobe looked good. The best part of it was Alicia Keys and him. The dress, I really liked that, but I didn't really feel like he nailed or he picked the songs. I.e., I said to everybody he was going to come out to Caught Up first. I knew he was going to come out to Caught Up first. But I wasn't excited about the Super Bowl halftime performance like I was with Beyonce and Bruno Mars or like I was with Prince. I wasn't excited about that at all. I wasn't excited about it. Going into it, I was. Coming out of it, I felt underwhelmed.
Okay.
To that, you guys say what?
I think your expectation led to your disappointment. And
that's my shit.
I understand that. I understand that, but it was much better than the weekend, which was last year. And so with that being said, I didn't have any expectation.
Wake that up.
I didn't expect him to be better than Prince. I didn't expect him to be better than Mike. I didn't expect him to be better than Bruno. And so I wasn't expecting, and I'm not that big of an Usher fan, so I wasn't expecting much of what I did see.
I can receive that.
I enjoyed. To your point, though, I think his song selection could have been better
and longer.
Longer. He could have stayed on some of the songs a little bit longer to make it have a better impact or a more impactful presence on that arena, and that I might put to him, but because he was switching too fast.
Too
and
fast.
As an entertainer, you gotta let it burn. Burn a little, right? Yeah, you gotta let that happen. And as a performer, he didn't do that well.
Right.
Yeah,
but I didn't have an expectation that made me disappointed. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, maybe he should have chose less songs.
But I do like what you said. I'm coming to you right now, Ray. I do like what you said. My expectation led to my disappointment. Great point. Ray, what's up?
All right, for me, I am a huge Usher fan. I've been to the residency.
Nice.
And I gave the performance probably like a 7 out of 10. Only because I feel like he didn't channel in to get his moment in the performance. He was so focused on switching sets and cramming everything into the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It might be a situation where he tried to do too many songs.
Because
he never got a chance to get his moment.
We're gonna tell the truth today. Talk about it.
That's what I
He didn't give himself the opportunity to get his moment. The sets were great.
Yeah.
The choreography was top notch. I don't know if y'all saw, they was throwing dudes.
They was throwing dudes.
Yo, they just
there was a stripper pole.
Yeah. We're going to unpack the stripper pole separately because
he said that needs its own segment.
Yeah, because that in itself, like, I really appreciated the skating. He took a young kid from Newark to do the skate choreography.
Fly.
From Jersey.
Fly.
But overall, I gave the performance a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
But I feel like certain aspects of it, bro, you don't need stripper poles at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
I have nothing against strippers. I have nothing against strip clubs.
We support the
frequent it.
culture.
Right. Just
But there's a time and a
and
place
place
for
for it.
everything.
amen to that.
And having to explain why these women are upside down on the fire hole poles
To your
to your
10-year-old.
5-year-old or your 7-year-old or your 10-year-old that's watching or at the game
Yeah.
is a lot to really unpack.
Yeah.
Because that's not the fire pole.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like that aspect could have been taken out of the show, and he could have created his moment at that point.
So what do you say to the people that would say something like, well, when you book Usher, you know what comes along with Usher?
I don't say nothing to those people because them people are not professional performers.
Wake that up.
Right.
Usher is a professional performer.
Right.
He understands what he's supposed to give
I know that's right.
in any arena, whether it's the Super Bowl, whether it's his personal show. He understands the magnitude of where he's performing
Yeah.
because he's been doing it. Again, like I said, giving them flowers and giving them grace and giving them accolades and respect on what they've already done also puts me in a position where I have to expect the consummate professional from you. The reason why he chose you is because he expects the consummate professionalism that Usher is supposed to bring. As far as where it rates amongst my favorite halftime shows, is not on the top.
Yeah.
I don't think it. Well, Prince is in a category of his own
Of his own. That was magical.
because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But it ain't better than Beyonce.
Yeah.
It ain't better than Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
You know what I will say? Yeah, I agree too. You know
But-
what I will say? The fact that Usher has been having the last few years that he's been having led to him being at the Super Bowl. And for that, I appreciate them even reaching out to him to do such a thing like be at the Super Bowl.
I mean, it made sense. The
Yeah.
storyline made sense.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense.
He had the highest grossing residency in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened in 30 years.
Right, which is good because they was definitely clowning him. Talk about some. Oh, he
He
came
had
in a
the
strip club with
highest-
money on his.
He had the highest grossing residency in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him to perform at the Super Bowl in Vegas with one of our quote unquote black leaders being the producer of the Super Bowl, it made sense.
Yeah. Nice.
Shout out. Shout out.
It's like I think they're gonna give it to Lil Wayne next year.
Oh, I'm going.
All right, so New Orleans, right?
Is it New Orleans?
So here's the thing, right? Has a rapper had it thus far?
Yeah, Nelly.
Nelly had the Super Bowl
What? The double jersey with Baltimore?
by himself.
Yes.
I missed that one. Okay.
Nelly been there twice.
Wow.
Really?
That's
All right, so look, there's some things I do want to talk about. Getting to the meat and potatoes of this pod. Club Shay Shay.
Oh my God.
Monique.
I need some Laportier.
Need the Henderson.
Monique. So I'm not gonna be all over the place with that because it was a 3-hour interview. I'm gonna be more concise, and I'm gonna say to you guys simply, I understand why people say Monique may be hard to work with, right? So with that in mind, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the interview, I'm a firm believer if you have anything nice, no, I'll be saying bad things. I'm a firm believer that if you shouldn't give critique on something that you probably aren't that versed in. So Monique, Club Shay Shay, I feel like I'm emasculating myself every time I say Shay Shay. That's another story. Monique was on Club Shay Shay. I feel like she had some things to get off her chest. Tyler Perry, Taraji P. Henson, Oprah Winfrey. I feel like there's a direct correlation between what she's doing and what Club Shay Shay, seemingly so, is now becoming. And to that, I yield to Instagram. How do you guys feel about a lot of the things that clips you might have saw on socials? How do you feel about Club Shay Shay, Monique, and more specifically, the double standards as it pertains to where she is and her legacy and her beef with Tyler Perry's and Oprah Winfrey, so forth and so on. Sean, I come to you first, King. Collectors, what up, though, beloved? I'm going to get to you.
Collective, what up, bro? Well, how do I feel? I feel it's necessary. It's the time of the truth as far as I'm concerned. I don't feel no qualm about what Kat did, and I don't feel no qualm about what Monique did. I do feel a way about what was done to them, quite frankly. And it's being done, and it's always done.
And what was that for the listeners?
Them being taken advantage of, them being mistreated, when in fact the people who mistreated them know better. Tyler Perry knows better. Oprah Winfrey knows better. What's his name? Kevin Hart, they know better because they all have been treated the way that she is describing, unfairly. And they all have said something about it. Now, the other thing is that she said it very clearly, compromising your integrity. People are okay with that. And the society has been really leaning towards that as long as you're getting money. And I just personally don't agree with that. There's a lot of people who do. I just don't personally agree. I've seen it happen so many times in this industry. Yeah. And I'm not just talking about the music industry. I'm talking about the whole entertainment industry, which includes sports, music, and television and film. And I did a podcast with Damon Wilson the other day, and he said something about Bend Over Billy.
Yeah.
Bend Over Billy was happening in the 70s. And I have nothing against homosexuals, but I do have something against those who compromise their sexuality to get to where they want to go.
I know that's right.
Wake that up.
Collectors, talk to me, beloved.
What's the word? Peace to the room, peace to the room.
Peace.
Peace.
I haven't heard much of the clips on the Shay Shay show because I don't really keep up with it. But I like what the brother just said. Like, I like how he built on it. Like, Sean really, I agree with what he said because prior, I felt the way about what Cat Williams was doing. But just like he said, these things happen to these people. And the people who did it to them, as far as their own people that experienced that before, definitely should be put on blast. You know what I'm saying? Definitely should be put on blast. So I totally agree, like how Sean put it. That's how I feel like, and everybody gotta have a platform somewhere to get things off their chest. Because I looked at it another way a couple of weeks ago, and last month when all these things were transpiring. But what Sean said, he shed a different kind of light on it. Because if you got your truth to tell, you got to go somewhere to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether people like it or not, you know what I'm saying? So these things are actually, like they said, things that these people are experiencing. I feel like they should be talking out about it, because if they talk out about it, then possibly somebody else won't compromise themselves. They could stop somebody from compromising themselves. They could stop somebody from taking a bad deal. They could have somebody put together something that's going to protect other colored artists and, you know what I'm saying, artists of different nationalities that's coming up and being mistreated. So it's like you gotta sometimes, like you say, Way, don't think about the messenger, you know, focus on the message. I feel like that's a good message. We really need to start airing these people out. But what we do have to do, and I'm talking about from the bottom to the top, is we gotta start doing more than just talking. You know what I'm saying? The way what's the sister name, Monique, the way Taraji P. Henson is going about it. Even I seen my man from the uncle from Friday, next Friday. You remember you haven't seen him in a movie for a while, right?
Yeah.
He said because it came to a point in time when every time he go to get a script, they want him to dress as a woman. He said, what am I dressing as a woman for? And there's a million black women acting out here.
Wake
that shit hit deep.
Wake that up.
That shit hit deep. Why do y'all want black men, Tyler Perry,
your sound, hold on, wait.
playing black women?
There you go.
Yeah, why do you want black men playing black women? So he said, like, yo, I'm not taking certain roles. It doesn't matter about money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it, and I feel the movement they on. We really got to stop compromising ourselves for $1, and especially we got to stop compromising ourselves for $1 when we are actually biggest consumers out here.
No, I'm rolling. What up, though, Lolo? What up, though, Sammy? I see you, Trills. Pretty Dimples, I see you. Shout out to the viewership. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. I'm coming to you in a second, La.
I just want to say one thing.
What's up?
All right, so there's a spectrum about people's truth. And sometimes a person's truth ain't necessarily the truth.
It's their truth.
It's their truth. And I agree. I watched the Monique interview as much as I didn't want to watch it because I knew exactly what it was going to be. And certain things that was said was good information. But other things that were discussed in the interview kind of made me look at it like, hey, listen, first off, if there was a point in time when you and your family was struggling and I put money in your pocket to help you,
Kevin Hart.
I deserve grace from you. I don't care what happened, how you feel about what happened. When you see me, you address whatever issue you have. But there was a point in time when you were fucked up.
Come on now.
And I came and saved you. I bought my grace from you at that moment.
Talk about it.
So I don't agree. If me and Broadway got a problem, I don't have to go on a podcast and talk about our problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when I know that's my brother and I can call him and I'm in a time of need.
Yeah.
So I feel like you got to extend grace to the people who looked out for you when you was doing bad.
Fuck because you ain't go on that podcast and beg.
Yeah,
So-
like you on a podcast, you are building on a story that's not completely true, trying to gain empathy.
Talk about it.
And nothing against Monique, but let's call a spade a spade. When it's always you with everybody else, it ain't everybody else, baby. It's you.
Fuck yeah.
There's no groups sitting around saying, let's pick on Monique. You putting yourself in situations and spaces where you're not versed on the business of the space. And you feel like you have to take, because any job you take is an option.
Yeah.
So you put yourself in a position where these people feel like, oh, well, we can offer you this.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is. It's just an offer.
So hold on 1 second, Sean. You got some contesting.
Absolutely. That's I hear what you're saying, but that's unfair because she did give grace. And if somebody gave you and looked out for you, and then they turned around and threw you under the bus, that doesn't negate them looking out for you, nor does it give them grace to be able to throw you under the bus. There's no reason to throw you under the bus when you are in the position to where you're driving the bus. And that's the point that she's making.
So
You're driving a bus. You don't have to throw somebody under the bus to another person, specifically a white person. You don't have to throw your sister under the bus, whether you believe it or not. And that's what she was pointing out, and that was her point of view. And she gave all the grace, glory, and credit to what Kevin Hart did. She didn't deny that whatsoever. She said it several times. I really appreciate it. He helped me out. He definitely did. But then she also said that he went absent, what I call Hollywood, when it came down to him living up to something he said. He said he was going to put her on.
wait, I got you. Hold on, wait. So Sean, I'm sorry. Were you finished with that point? Because I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. So my thing is, what we're learning about as to what he did and what she did is coming by way of what she said. Just being fair, right? So I think that lends to what Ray was saying a second ago about their truth, her truth, this is her truth, right? We don't know what it is from Kevin Hart's point of view. We can just take what happened and what was said by way of what she said. Now, what I will say is simply when it comes to Monique, it does seem like she is a bit hard to work with. And the only reason I say that is from what chatters are on social media, right? Now, the truth is the truth, no matter how we dress it up, no matter who says it. And I've seen and heard some things in narrative that's being painted, which I totally agree with, and I'm going to echo tonight. And what that sounds like is simply, well, if I'm asked to do an, what you call that, an interview, if I pay you, Sean, I say, yo, Sean, come on Live on Broadway podcast. I'm going to pay you for 7 minutes. But there's some prep that needs to go into that for promo. And you saying, yeah, Broadway, I wasn't paid to do all that. Monique with the promo. There is a moment where you can become difficult to work with because I paid you. You see what I'm doing? Look at the bigger picture, the brighter cause, and say, hey, Broadway, you know what? I'm going to come up there and do it. Because on the outside looking in, I understand you wasn't paid for that. I get it. You wasn't paid for that. But Monique, from the other side to it, you coming across as being difficult to work with because simply put, I need you for promo. Now, a lot of times what ends up happening is I know we talking about Monique, we talking about Alicia Keys, we talking about the Super Bowl. How does this tie into a relationship-based podcast? Because relationships are the cornerstone of all of it. Monique wouldn't need her husband to be a mediator or a manager in that moment if they wasn't being difficult to work with. So I understand your point and what you're saying, Ray, about simply put, I need you to show up as, wait a second, Monique gets to me, Monique gets on my nerves for this one reason. You can't color the room with the babies and the aunties and the sweet niceties and try to dress it up and make it seem like it's something that, because I can tell you F you without saying F you, and it's still the bottom line is F you. Hello? What are we, what are we talking about?
Sweet baby.
But
Sweet baby.
Do you not hear that you're biased? Do you not hear you are irked by?
Show me how I'm presenting on the
personality?
outwardly end. Tell me.
You are already saying I get disturbed or it triggers me with her baby stuff. So you already are coming from a standpoint of a position, and then social media. Why are we listening to social media when it comes to these things?
You know why, Sean?
We're questioning. So wait. But then we're questioning social media when it comes to other things. So we want to listen to social media conveniently because whatever lends to our position. Now the reason why I say that because she also said, and y'all didn't listen to this in the same interview, that she did for Will Packard over and abundant what she was asked to do, because she had a relationship with Tober. And nobody seems to acknowledge when she was doing above and beyond what she was asked to do, like she said, and when she said no, she all of a sudden becomes difficult. And being in both sides, you are in a position to give somebody a check. You are in a position to say, I got you. But you just don't want to.
I don't want the narrative to become Broadway is dogpiling on Monique, or we're dogpiling on Monique, because my point of reference is simply coming from you recorded Tyler Perry. I don't like being Googled. Don't Google me. Nothing gonna come up anyway, but don't Google me. What gets me upset is if I record, me and Ray have a conversation. I know I'm recording me and you. Sean, we have a conversation. I'm recording you. Of course I'm going to sound calm, composed, together, and you're going to sound like a maniac. But you don't know I'm recording you. That's unfair. I don't like being recorded. I don't like being Googled because I feel like it's intrusive. I feel like you're going well beyond the margin of simply put, you're ruining the relationship of what we're building because you're doing way too much for way too little. If it's an intimate conversation, like Ray said, I don't need to go to social media and talk about something if me and you have a situation. When people start sending screenshots of DMs and all that, it feels like it's... But what I will say to your point, King, is I stand side by side with you in agreement with Monique needs to be insulated with the right amount of people to understand. I don't think she's all the way wrong. I just think the way she goes about things and how she handles things become a bit much. I'm sorry, Ray got something to say.
All right, so let's call a speed a speed.
Wake it up.
When you are...
Wait, let me get to the drop. Wait, because you sound like you... Go.
When you are in a professional element, as far as her being a comic actor, and let's just go back to the Netflix special issue that she had.
Talk about it.
First off, you're asking for... That's like a quarterback that's underachieving asking for the same amount of money as Patrick Mahomes. You have the lowest viewed, lowest streamed Netflix special out of everybody.
Yeah.
And you made this big fuss about how much money Netflix wasn't giving you and how much money they gave to other comedians. But then when the numbers come out, it looks like Netflix was right on target with what they gave you. And it also looked like they overpaid you. Because Netflix specials are, the money is determined by your last live show's gross. They multiply your last live show's gross to come up with the number.
As to what you be paid.
And make it comparable how much they're gonna stream it.
Yeah.
So if you have the lowest grossing last live show of all the comedians, whether they be black, white, Asian, or brown, then you get the offer that you get is calculated. Everybody that's in the entertainment business knows that. But of course, Monique is a person who seeks empathy. So her dictation to the public is, oh, I'm doing wrong because they paid X, Y, and Z this amount of money. They paid this woman this amount of money, and they offered me this amount of money. And then you go look at the numbers, and Netflix is not even responding because they like, her management should know we offered her this because this is exactly the multiplication number that comes up with the gross of her last live show.
Yeah.
Regardless whether you taped it as a Netflix special or not. And this is what I'm saying. I don't want it to feel like we're not supporting her as a black woman.
Right.
But it's time, just like Sean said, it's time for truth.
Yeah.
And the truth is, they put a lot of pressure on us as black people to support bullshit just because they black. We not doing that. She put the pressure on the public by going to social media and having these conversations and these posts about other people in her profession when you're not in the driver's. So like you said, you're not driving the bus. So you got to be happy with whatever seat somebody give you on a bus until you get to the position where you're driving the bus.
And there's more change that can happen on the inside
of the
versus
bus
than the outside.
Jumping off the skateboard, holding on the back like Cornbread Earl and me.
So to that point, to that, I pose a general question to you all to answer.
Okay.
Do you guys believe or think that Monique would be able to do more if she said less? I'll go to Lala first, and then I'll circulate, come to you next, Collectors, and then Ruby.
Yes and no.
Right.
Just because of the person that she is, I think that she's always going to be a truth teller. One thing that I have to point out is that in the very beginning, from what I saw, when she was talking to Shannon, she said that when Kat was there, he was telling the truth. she did acknowledge that. I think that that's very hard to say. I don't really know, to be honest.
She don't either, so don't feel bad.
Right.
Ain't no reason to feel bad. She don't know that Cat Williams is telling the
Right,
truth or
that's
not.
hard.
I wasn't done speaking, but that's cool.
Nah, it's cool. Go ahead.
I don't really know because this with her work ethic and her management team, which would be her husband, she's always gonna have that engine that's always gonna be supportive of her. So that's a very interesting question. Just with who she is, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Lala, don't feel bad because nobody knows. She got right on Club Shay Shay, and the first thing she did was reference Cat Williams, not because she support Cat Williams overly and inadvertently. It's because she wants the same response that Cat Williams received from being on that same platform.
I agree with that.
I disagree with that. She did it before Cat Williams. So let's stop.
Whoa,
Let the truth be the truth.
No, wait, I'm confused.
She literally told Oprah, Tyler, and what's his name?
Lee Daniels.
To S her D on stage. She did it way before Cat Williams.
No, but what I'm
No, I'm
saying is
talking
that she
about
went
the
to Club Shay
platform.
Shay to get on that platform following what Cat Williams did. Y'all disagree?
But she didn't do nothing. But no, she didn't do nothing that Cat Williams did. What she did. Let's be clear. Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay did what Monique did prior to Club Shay Shay even existing.
Yeah, but we're
What
not
she
talking
does in
about
her
it. We're talking
house.
about this particular interview on Club Shay Shay. This was
Yeah, we could assume that, but that's an assumption.
Right. I think it's because when she did like these, I don't want to call them rants, but like I guess these PSAs, it was on her own platform as far as like her going live or her, being in her house. So she didn't get the response that she wanted to. But seeing Cat go on Club Shay Shay and go as viral as he did and have everybody listen and have everybody quote him, that's when it clicked in her head like, oh, that's where I can go to go say what I need to say.
that
is
shit
what
was
is,
like
is,
Lil Mama getting on stage with Jay-Z and
Jay-Z
them.
and Alicia Keys.
Is
what it
Her
is.
name
Is
keeps
what
coming
it's
out.
saying.
Alicia Keys.
But that's exactly what it was. Lil Mama, let me get some of this moment.
I hear that, but wait, let's be clear though, because I ain't for Monique or against Monique, but Club Shay Shay didn't do it for Cat Williams. Cat Williams did
Cat
it for
Williams
Club
did
Shay
it. It
Shay.
was the platform.
Let's be very clear on that. Whether he was on anybody's platform, the Breakfast Club, if he did that anywhere, that's who would have benefited from it.
But the numbers stayed.
I do have a question, and I'm looking to you guys for your input because I'm probably not the most knowledgeable in this instance. But Cat Williams went on Club Shay Shay following all the other comedians because they was lying and saying different things.
Exactly.
So if Cat Williams went on Club Shay Shay and then Monique came on Club Shay Shay after Cat Williams and somebody motivated the comedians that went on Club Shay Shay, is the reason why Cat went up there. I think we ain't gonna lie here tonight. Numbers do matter. And when Cat went up there and they saw the ramifications of him going up there and telling the truth, right? Monique went up there and said, oh, this is the
Let's say his truth.
His truth. Respected. His truth.
The truth. It was proven the truth.
So all I'm saying is
We
that
can't say everything that man said in that interview was proven.
Indeed.
Every
But here's a better
we're not
question.
talking about- we're talking about his truth.
But here's a better
That's fair.
Like a dog.
But here's a better question for you guys to answer. Is Club Shay Shay, in the last few interviews, the Usher one, the Cat Williams, the Monique, I've seen a few of 21. He doesn't really count because he's not a comedian, right? But the comedians, is Club Shay Shay, these media outlets, you got to be careful. Because like a good artist, if Ja Rule comes out and he starts singing and it becomes trendy and everybody knows him for singing, guess what his next album going to be about? Singing. So if everybody is saying and seeing Club Shay Shay is the place to vent and get some numbers, then they're gonna go to Club Shay Shay and follow trend because this is what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I just made an appointment for Club
every-
Shay Shay for next week because I got something to say about these kids. So I'm going on there
Yeah,
myself.
but Club Shay Shay, the whole thing is, we're giving credit to Club Shay Shay when that's the genius of Cat Williams. That's the genius of Monique. And we keep on missing that because now that it's been embraced on Club Shay Shay, it wasn't about, again, Shay Shay and the platform. It was about the genius of what Cat Williams did, responding to something that happened to have been on that platform. So he went there specifically and he designed it intentionally the way it turned out. And who knows that Monique went to Club Shay Shay? How do we not know that Club Shay Shay didn't go to Monique?
Well, at this point,
Say yes or no.
that's a moot point because the fact of the matter is she knew when she decided to do it. I haven't even gone into the DL Hughley part of this.
Wake that up.
That interview. When she came out and said, well, what he gave me was an offer. So you telling me you never signed the contract? Or you took the offer for face value and then signed the contract without reading it? Because, like I said, everybody's truth ain't the truth.
You're right. And that goes with that DL Hughley truth ain't the truth. So
Now,
what are
I'm
we
not
saying?
even talking about DL. I'm talking about the production company that paid both of them. And I'm in this business, and she's on Club Shay Shay saying that he gave her an offer letter. Yes, you get an offer. Listen, let me finish. The memorandum that she's talking about is an offer letter.
No, you're wrong.
How am I wrong?
What she said is she signed a contract with the production company, and what he offered as a different contract that he was supposed to be headlining was a memorandum that he created.
And this is what I'm saying.
That wasn't the contract.
But
it was very clear to the contract, is what she was saying, that the contract stated one thing, and his memorandum that he was going to justify that he was supposed to be the headliner was a memorandum. It wasn't the contract that was given to both of them.
The contract said that she was supposed to appear as the headliner, and she was supposed to come on at 9:30. His memorandum was supposed to negate that because he had a hissy fit that she was the headliner. He didn't like that, so he came up with this memo saying that he was going to show up at 9:30, which would keep her late to the show. So she could not go on stage until 9:30 or after. So she had to wait for him to perform. And when he finished performing, that was exactly 9:30. So she was late. That's what she said.
All right, we're not going to go back and forth about what
So
she said.
so I do have. Go ahead. Finish your point.
What I'm saying is she used that situation as a segue to say that this is not about me. This is about our sweet babies, and they gonna think that if you get a memorandum, this is the way the show supposed to go.
Right.
When you get a contract and you abide by your contract. Her contract says she had to be on stage by said time, regardless
And her
of
contract
what.
also said that she was supposed to headline. That's the point that she made. The memorandum.
That's a gripe that she has with the production company, not with DL Hughley. If I'm DL Hughley, I'm doing what's right for my career, not hers.
Really? And that's not. And what you're saying is lending to the point that you're going against what your contract says because you want to headline, and you're going to do whatever you want, and that's the point that she's making.
Okay.
So hold on, I have a question because I'm all Moniqued out at this point.
Yeah, right.
I feel like Precious.
I feel like Precious. Just mute up. What do you, Ruby?
Yes, brother.
What do you feel about? What does leadership look like to you?
Leadership. understanding, knowledge, direction. Leadership can be different things. It depends on who's
Leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going everywhere. I'm just going certain places. Collectors, what does leadership look like to you?
That's crazy because I'm reading a book for 2021. It's called How to Become a Great Leader. That's courage, consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Got to stand on your word. Got to have charisma. People kind of want to follow you. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to people. So I say things like courage, charisma, consistency.
Okay.
Diligency.
Lala, what does leadership look like to you, Quinn?
Leadership to me is being able not only all the other attributes that everybody listed, but you also have to be able to know how to follow as well, because there are going to be situations where you too have to be able to take direction. Period.
Okay. That's cute. How do you guys, so I feel as though when it comes to the likes of, let's say, the Moniques, and I'm segueing off of Monique, but Monique can get on the stage, right, and make points and have a whole sketch about skinny bitches, right? Mm-hmm. Right? White people can do the same, right? Right. It seems as though the undervalued, the marginalized, the oppressed has an advantage of being able to make points that the other can't. White person can't say nigga. A white person can't make a joke about Broadway. I come in, if a white person put raisins in a potato salad, I can make that joke. If a black person shows up late, just mute up on Instagram because we are audio podcast. If I show up late, a white person is looked at crazy if they say, well, Broadway, you show up, you right on time even though you late because you black. A white person can't make that joke, right? It's funny, but it feels like a double standard, right? Mm-hmm. Cool, stay there. When it comes to leadership, I feel as though leadership is more about, there's more to leadership than just money, right? But I want to have a conversation with you guys. And that conversation sounds like, shout out to my guy Mallory, Aaron Mallory. If you don't know, tap in. Good individual, controversial individual. Right. But I felt like I want to have this conversation with you guys here tonight. Simply, leadership isn't about money. I feel as though, or would you guys give me any contesting in the space of men lead and women aren't there to lead, but women are in fact there to contribute?
Or assist.
Or assist. Assist, contribute. Word semantics, I think it means the same thing, or no?
No, it's the same thing. I feel like leadership in general and leadership in your relationship doesn't necessarily coincide.
It's relative, okay.
It's relative, but it's not the same.
It's not one-to-one. Okay, yeah. I'm rolling.
For the most part, I feel like the reason why it's not one-to-one is because I feel like in most relationships, especially with our people, the heat coming on, y'all hear that? All right, so in relationships, I feel like it's hard for a woman to respect a man and let him lead if she makes more money.
Wake that up.
And just because you make more money, that don't make you lead this household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Fuck yeah. Right.
Because at the end of the day, as a man, my job is to provide, protect, and love.
Yep.
That's my job. No matter how I'm feeling, no matter how hard my day was, that's my job. That is my principle. in a relationship. Now, if you transition to me professionally, I lead people all the time. I own multiple businesses. I have to have a level of understanding in those spaces that don't necessarily coincide with my level of understanding in my home. Because in my home, without direction in your household, there's chaos. So you have to be able to lead your family, not just lead your woman, not just lead financially. You have to lead your children. You have to lead her. You have to lead your household to be the best that you can possibly be, whether you bring all the money home or whether she bring more money home. But I don't think most women really adhere to that. I think some women feel like, I make the money, I wear the pants.
So do you believe women can be leaders?
Absolutely. I mean, there's tons of women leaders. But if you're in a household, if you're in a marriage, if you're in a partnership, because a marriage is a partnership, you have to relinquish, just like you just said, sometimes, like she said, sometimes leading means you have to be led. Yeah. And as a woman, if you make more money, if you contribute more financially to the household, it makes you even stronger to allow your man to lead you when you make more money. It takes, just like it takes a strong man to walk into a household and hand the financial expenses over to his wife. Yo, here go the check. I mean, pay what got to be paid. Yeah. And I respect you enough to let you handle the household.
The household, right.
I'm going to go outside and fight this fight for us every day to make it happen. But in order to lead, you have to empower your mate. So whether you're the man or the woman, if you're the woman, yeah, you got to stroke his ego because we men and we live off of that.
Yeah.
If you're a man, you have to empower your woman. Let her make certain decisions.
Because she lives off of that.
Because she lives off of, yo, he trusts me enough to handle this. This is why she's going to support you even more, regardless of who make the most money. But that's not typical in today's society.
See, so first of all, a round of applause for that because you
I loved it.
he in his bag. Broadway came to choose violence, though. You're right. But Broadway came to choose balance. La, are you there? Are you frozen? She's so stoic right now.
She watching that Usher perform.
I'm listening.
You watching Usher? Tell the truth. Usher playing?
She caught up.
Are you moonlighting and watching Usher as you doing LOBP? No? All right. Lala, simply put, what does leadership look like to you? I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry. Are women able to lead? Now, before you answer that question, Queen, don't feel like you have to say the right answer. Oh shit, she looking over. All right, go ahead, Lala. I'm over it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lala. I'm not even looking at you no more, Lala. I'm looking somewhere else. Hello? This thing work?
Oh my God.
Are women able to lead?
I think that we are put in positions that we don't have a choice but to lead ourselves. However, I think that I agree with, I don't know his name.
Ray.
I agree with Ray. Okay. I agree with everything that he said.
Right.
I think that a lot, what?
Don't do her like that.
I'm choosing violence.
So all you do
because
is
y'all want to hold hands in kumbaya. And I'm confused as to...
Why are you confused?
Go ahead, you know what?
Rude.
Unique New York.
I wasn't even finished with
go
my
ahead,
statement.
Go ahead.
I've been very patient this whole pod. I said nothing.
Go ahead, Lala.
I agree with Ray. First of all, I think that women are a helpmeet to men, actually. I think that a lot of women like traditional relationships, but a lot of times we are put in positions where we have to lead ourselves. And that's all I have to say.
Did you mute her?
No, I didn't. But I got some stuff to say.
Oh,
The South got something to say.
Go ahead, we listening.
The South got
Bradley.
something to say.
Go ahead, say it and then get
The South got something to say. And I'm gonna go to the collectors first out of respect. But the South got something to say. Go ahead.
Come on, Cap.
Go ahead, Cap. Collectors.
What's up? I think women can lead. Like, y'all had a Nefertiti.
Yes.
Like, women that led kingdoms. They done led children. They done led men. This has been proven.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why everything I named, it goes back to what you said. Like, oh, money don't have nothing to do with leadership, right? Leadership has something to do with the qualities I named. And I'm about, I think it's 22 things they tell you. I'm probably like about 7 things into the book, 8 things into the book. And it hasn't said anything about sex as of yet. But it's given many examples of people that done things, men and women, that shown leadership. So I think that, yeah, women can lead. That's the question, right? Can women lead? Point blank?
No, that's the question. I don't know
Can
what y'all
women lead,
answers
right?
sound. Listen.
All right, yes. My answer is yes.
Listen, because y'all playing with it. Y'all playing. And I came to smoke y'all boots. You get on my nerves, pigtail pony.
Don't let her play with you like that, Lala.
I'm a leader. I'm a leader at my job. I'm a leader at both of my jobs. I don't understand.
No, you're not a leader. Women, no, you're not a leader. You're not a leader. You're not one. You're not. You're not a leader.
What is her job?
If you stop asking how, and if you sit down and be quiet for a moment, I'll answer your question.
I'm listening.
You're not a leader.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You might have advances and do certain things in life, right? Pretty well, right? But stereotypically, you guys don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't. Y'all go in the wrong direction. Y'all here to follow our leadership. We're here to lead you guys. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. Is anybody in here familiar with T.D. Jakes?
Let me pull up my photo.
Are you familiar with T.D. Jakes?
Swallowed up.
Swallowed up. Swallowed. I can't
Stop
wait to get
making me
swallowed.
laugh. Stop, Ray. Hold on.
Swallowed up as
So, T.D. Jakes. Y'all familiar with his daughter?
Yeah, I heard about her before.
$5 for anybody that know her name.
T.D. Jake's daughter.
Sarah Jakes.
T.D. Jakes' daughter.
T.D. Jakes' daughter. My point in this is simply stating that my points of views come from a traditional standpoint. I don't know where y'all comes from. But we moved the goalpost. And I think, no. If you think you don't know, if you believe you don't know. I know, simply put, you guys don't know what y'all talking about. Okay. Because y'all moved the goalpost, right? Okay. If we're talking from a traditional standpoint, which Lala stated, most women...
Initially. Go ahead.
You stated...
Let him go. Oh, Lala, go ahead, let him go.
What you said, I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished. Let me finish, Lala. So, from a traditional standpoint, what ends up happening is you have the Sarah Jakes, right? But I came on the platform a few weeks ago and I said what?
Mad stuff.
You guys are brides and we are grooms, right?
Okay, right.
You guys are there to be groomed, right?
Right.
All right, cool, right? This is in tandem with that. What I'm saying is the Bible says...
You ain't never read the Bible. You don't stop it. You not gonna do that, bro.
Hey, yo, you cannot do that when your sister is on the podcast.
I know you can't even quote the verse that you even trying to act like.
Stop.
Are you kidding?
Protect black men's lives.
I ain't never seen
I'm trying to quote the Bible.
Go ahead. Tell us the verse.
I'm trying to quote the Bible.
Everything. Tell
Timothy.
You playing with me.
Timothy 2:11 states.
Talk about it.
Hello? Can I get an A? Can I get an
Old Testament or New Testament? He don't know. Look at him.
NIV, the NIV version.
What you mean?
The NIV version. Wait a second. Can I get my point across? Because Men got testosterone, you guys got emotion. Sit down in your femininity.
Come on, Joel Osteen.
Thank
What's
you.
your testaments?
Hello?
Come on. We
Hello?
listening.
The word of God proclaims. Stop laughing. Stop. And Ray, you ain't no better. The word of God proclaims. Stop. I'm going to mute your mic. They can't hear y'all. The word of God proclaims a woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit women to teach or have authority. She shall be silent. Hello? Hello?
Look at my phone, y'all. And if y'all look at my phone, y'all gonna see a woman teaching a man something. Don't listen to what Broadway's saying.
Listen, don't record our conversations and show it to the world.
I got a lot of pictures
the
of you
point of what
learning
I'm
from
saying
a woman.
is
Cut
this.
it out.
My point of references come from a traditional standpoint. You guys supposed to sit in silence. Be quiet. Do what the good book says. Y'all are all muted. Every woman, collectors, Ray, you can talk. Sean, you can talk. Lala, be quiet. And you, woman.
If y'all want to be with each other, just say that at this point. If y'all want to be together,
No, what y'all...
at this point, say that.
What they're trying to do is emasculate us. Don't get tricked. What Locke said, what Kid said, they're causing a distraction. They're trying to manipulate us. Listen, the word of God is so good, the other woman in the room, she just left. The word of God is so Wait, the word of God is so powerful. The word will make, hello? Hello? Listen, all I'm saying is Nas, can you get this, Nas? I'm going to zoom in, Nas. The word Timothy 2:11 simply states, the word of God proclaims a woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over men. She shall be what? Say it with me, Ruby. Say it with me. You're muted. They can't hear you. They can't hear you.
Bro, we don't even know who Timothy was in the Bible. Please tell me what Timothy
Don't worry about it. They're causing a distraction.
Mr. Bible Man?
You're causing a distraction. Can we get back to the podcast?
Mr. Bible Man?
Hello?
But this ain't about the Bible, though. This is about a point being made.
I'm going to sip this water.
And I understand the perspective. That's why I said from the beginning, you have to categorize leadership in place of where you put leadership. Leadership in a relationship, in a household, is not the same thing as leadership at your job.
Workplace.
Absolutely.
That's not your. That's first of all. I don't want to talk about nobody's job because I can have my own views on people's job. If you get a paycheck, you're not the leader.
Whoa, hold on.
I agree.
I think Dame Dash said it best. If you don't use your own money to facilitate the business, you're a manager. You're not a leader.
Hello?
I agree.
So I don't want to get into the point where we're talking about leadership across the board because it's not linear.
It's not one-to-one.
It's not the same.
At all.
If you're in a relationship and you have a man that is in a relationship with you and you feel that you can't follow this man,
Lala praying? I'm
then
sorry.
you should probably detach yourself from that relationship.
That's right.
Because if a man can't lead you, he can't do his other jobs if he is not the leader. And you can't expect, because we have expectations from the person that you're in a relationship with, we can't expect him to do these things that you would require from him if he's not allowed to lead.
Right.
Now, as far as a woman being a leader professionally, I think that is profound. Women have done great things. But as far as a relationship, and this is a relationship podcast, we have to get into the meat and potatoes is, can you lead a family, a traditional family?
Right.
And that is not that is not something that you guys are capable of doing.
Okay.
Because when you start to alienate the man and try to become the leader,
Right.
you emasculate the man.
You emasculate him.
And once you emasculate the man, then your relationship start to see other problems
Right.
that arrive from the emasculation.
100%.
I also
100%.
think that you can clearly see the differentiality of what it looks like when family, man, a little boy and a little girl come from a household of a single mom, and what a boy and girl looks like when they come from a household of a single dad. You can see what it looks like. You can see. I meet you, how you doing, right? Oh, your name is Ruby. How you doing, Ruby? Right? We start talking. You get emotional. You start dealing with more emotion and start this. Opposed, if you're in a household with a man, you probably start to take on practices of logistics and in a logic standpoint, oppose one of emotion because it's what you saw, it's what's embedded in you, so forth and so on. Lala looked like she was praying a second ago on a live. I'm going to mute up. Lala, the floor is yours.
I'm gonna go last.
Now, only thing I'm saying is that question wasn't rolled out fairly. You see what I'm saying? Because the question was, can women lead? It didn't say, can women lead in a relationship? Can women lead? The question wasn't rolled out fairly.
Tell him, Cap.
Listen, Cap, don't come up here with your technicalities. No, but you're right. Indeed.
To be true indeed, like, it got to be right and exact, because my answer wouldn't have been the same answer if we was talking about that. But you know what I'm saying? Pass the mic.
Yeah, because there's two things. One, you asked the question, can a woman lead? Like Ray said, yes, they can. The question on the podcast is, women better leaders than men. And
I'm going to get to that. I didn't get there yet, but I'm going to get there.
So a leader has to know the assignment. Just because, as Ray just said, you got the money, don't make you a great leader. Because you might bias, you might fail in that way, even though you have the money. Ask Donald Trump; he did it several times. Hey! But the point is, understanding the assignment. Like, there's a defensive coordinator as well as a head coach. The head coach understands that the defensive coordinator has a job that he allows him to lead the defense.
Talk about it.
That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Because even though you're a
Sean?
leader of the defense, that's Sean.
Sean, that is a great analogy because the moniker for a head coach is leader of men. Okay. The greatest coaches in the history of professional sports has been called leader of men. Okay. Not necessarily specializing in defense or offense, but they are leader of men. Having been in an athletic background, a head coach embodies how to lead. The defensive coordinator, the wide receiver coaches, the offensive and defensive line coaches, they specialize in one aspect of how to give you what you need to perform.
Yeah.
But the intangibles is what the head coach embodies. And the head coach is a leader of men. Not only the players, but he's also the leader of the coaches who is going to get you ready to play. And that's the difference.
But it doesn't negate that, though, the defensive coordinator is not a great leader of the defense. So the point is, when like Collector said, wording the question got to be a bit more specific because,
not too much on Broadway tonight.
Yeah, a woman could be a great leader if she understands the assignment. She actually, in a lot of kingdoms, the woman leads by being quiet.
Well,
until they get into the bed and they got the pillow talking, and she gives a suggestion that sways his direction entirely.
Well, so you're segueing into the bottom line of the pod, and I'm here for that. But I want to give it to La before we go over her. Go ahead, La. You said you want to go last, Queen.
So the first thing that I led with my statement was coming out of Genesis, and that was when the Holy Spirit made Adam out of clay. And out of that rib, he made Eve. And that was to be a helpmeet to Adam, right? The second thing was there are many women that are on the pulpit. And I was called to be one of those people. I don't like when people use the Holy Scripture to manipulate it. One thing I will say is 1 Corinthians 13:10 says, love is patient, love is kind, it takes no errors and wrongs, it takes no pride in boastful wrongdoing. That's one thing that we will always need to remember in relationships, right? It also says in the Holy Scriptures that there will always be equal reciprocity in relationships. Not only that, men need to submit to their women because they miss that part. They miss that part. They always say, oh, well, women need to submit unto their husbands, right? But it also says later down in the scripture that men are to submit unto their wives. They also talk about in Proverbs 31 how women need to be Proverbs 31 women, that they need to get up and they need to make sure that their families are taken care of. They list all of this in the scripture. So please don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that.
Started.
I got you. I got you.
Because I know the anointing over my life.
So,
Amen.
So
I'm just gonna leave that there.
I think
I'm sorry, La.
Look.
Because we can go scripture for scripture.
So
we go
listen.
First Peter 5, we can go
I agree.
That's not why we
No,
laugh.
listen, La, I agree with you, right? In regards to misquoting the scripture, right?
It's 2 Timothy.
So-
It's 2 Timothy.
So I honestly believe that, simply put, when it comes to your word, what people often do is that's what they do, right? They Malcolm X said what? By any means necessary, right? And they misuse that statement to do F-boy stuff, right? All the time, or F-girl stuff, right? By any means necessary, right? What happens in Vegas, they misuse it for what happens in Vegas, right? They misuse it, right?
Absolutely.
The origin of things that typically happen in the place of where it started from actually to where it ends up at, it becomes something different, right? We all would agree, right? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this to simply state that I had a narrative and I wanted to get it across. Don't hold me to the cross. Hello? Moving on. Hello? I'm not going to do this with you tonight. I got one word.
You started her.
And one name. It's called Usher. Okay? I like your dimples. I like your glasses. I like your hair. I don't want no smoke with you. Okay? And I don't want nobody else in these comments on my body. Hello?
These are his confessions.
So we just gonna let it burn.
I just don't play when it comes to the Holy Spirit in my
All right. Lala, she got her glasses on, everybody. She's back. Okay? But I will simply state that I can appreciate Christina Mackey.
Okay.
I like her.
Okay.
I like her.
Nice.
You know why I like her?
Why?
Because she pulls up for Ross.
Okay.
She shows up for Ross.
Okay.
I'm not in the space of forget the you're gonna be next on the chopping block and this. No hookah gate, please.
Yeah.
No
it's not
hookah
even
gate.
lit.
All right,
we
cool.
great.
I'm here for women that show up for their man in the face of adversity, right? A lot of times, and I'm going to get to this, women are better leaders than men, because I do believe that, right? I do believe that if we are the head and you guys are the neck, you guys create the motion, right? You guys create and are able to, not too much on that. Let me get back to Christina. I feel like Christina shows up through and through in the face of adversity. I love their workout videos. I love how she made him recently the hamburger helper. Thank you.
It
Hello?
looks so good. That hamburger helper looks so good, y'all.
Yo,
I
never
love hamburger helper.
I think I like hamburger. It just looked good because you know that nigga got money.
Yes.
And he was eating hamburger helper.
Yes.
It just looked good.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I like how she loves on him. I like how she works out with him. I love how she encourages him. I like how she pours into him. I think more often than not, we need to normalize ourselves with our ladies. Start staying away from the rag shit and start doubling down and keeping your head down and focusing on what you need to focus on. With that in mind, I'm going to open up final thoughts for the pod. I'm going to lend part of my final thoughts to Christina, and then I'll let you guys have at it what you will. Christina Mackley, I feel as though, say of her what you will, I think we need to start, our women, black and brown more specifically, need to stop coming for her and start looking at the upside of anger. Right. Which is simply, she's pouring into him. She's helping him work out. Remember when that meme came out a few years ago with Ross and Khaled? And Khaled was in the back hyping Ross up? Right? And then people was saying, yo, I need a hype man like that. Right. And then the same thing happened with Khaled and his wife, and Khaled's wife told him to what? Shut the fuck up, Khaled. Right? And it was like, yo, he's just trying to be your biggest supporter. Right. Right? Right. I like and want us to start normalizing our helpmates, as Lala highlighted, right? I want us to start normalizing and bigging up and supporting the simple fact that I do believe that women can be better leaders than men, right? It just gets to a point where I think it was you, Rubes, that said earlier, you guys are like that because of us. We left the household, we was put out of the household, welfare, so forth and so on, all those other agendas, right? But I think that if we start to put ourselves in a position where we can uplift you guys, pour into you guys, obviously, going back to the word, we bring bread, you guys multiply, right? Right. So if we start pouring back into our women, right, we'll start to see women be better leaders. But I also think that you guys, leadership is new to you guys. So when you see women and they start making a certain amount of money, they start letting they nuts hang, for lack of better terms, because simply they're not familiar with power. You guys aren't familiar with a certain amount of power. So if you give anybody a certain amount of power and it's their first trip, anybody that got a bag, their first trip, I guarantee you messed it up. Yeah. That's the learning 100%. Curve. You learn how not to mess it up. 100%. And then you learn and you teach and you move on, so forth and so on. With that in mind, I'll yield to you guys. I have something else I want to tap in on, but I'll yield to you guys. Final thoughts. I'll come to the room last. I'll go to social media. What up, La? Tap into us. Talk to me, Queen. Final thoughts. Live on Broadway podcast.
My final thought is Usher is
you
the
now
best
listening
in
to
the
Live
whole
on Broadway podcast. Hello? You said what? Usher is what?
The best in the whole wide world.
Oh my God.
That's my final thought.
I just need Robert to come home.
You're a lady of the cloth. You up here talking like you got it
I don't
bad.
care what you said.
I can't.
That's your final thought, Lala.
It's hilarious.
Usher is the best.
She's dropping the mic. She's dropping the mic. Sean, tap in with us, King.
Final thought. We need to stop being independent and learn that the Lord made us to be interdependent. And we need to practice on how to do that better and not worry about specifically who's leading, understanding the roles, but that interdependency gives that balance of those roles. And if we learn how to do that a little better, we might be able to not feel so bad about leading or allowing somebody to lead on from whichever gender it comes from.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Collectors, tap in with us one time. Final thoughts on you, beloved.
What's up, King? I think that the Usher performance at the Super Bowl with Alicia Keys, I think social media totally blew that out of proportion. I ain't see nothing in my eyes that was crazy. And in my opinion, who wants somebody that nobody wants? She ain't grab up on her booty. He wasn't signing up on her like this or crazy. So to me, I don't even know what they talking about with that one. As far as the leadership, I feel like in general, while we talking about relationship, from what I learned, in a relationship, I feel like a man with the right head on his shoulders is a better leader because of the way he's genetically designed. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. And as far as Shorty, man, she better. That's her man. Like, that's what you like. Real talk. If she don't love me like Whitney loved Bobby, get out of here.
What?
Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that energy. That's why dudes be going here and there and all that, because they could get a vibe that they not getting at home. When your shorty's giving you a certain kind of energy that no other female could provide, you're going to remember that when you're even dealing with these other women out here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. I support shit like that.
Collector is the king of CAP, according to Whitney.
Oh man. We'll go to ladies first. Rubes, tap in with us. Final thoughts on you, Queen. Yo, tell them you on the podcast right now.
I'm actually live, and I was answering a question.
Okay.
But final thoughts. Monique, I guess they saying she talk too much. She don't get the fair chances that she get because she talk too much. Maybe if she got the fair chances, she wouldn't have nothing to talk about, but
fuck is you talking about?
That's what that is. Rick Ross and Christina. I don't have anything against her. I think what the world has against her is he was with Pretty V on Thursday and was with her on Saturday. So now the world is so used to people being in a relationship for like probably 3 months and then just being disposed of. So they want her to get in the disposed of mentality instead of maybe I'm the right person for this man. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, the other girls he was dating was just trying to please themselves and looking for a come up. And I'm really the person that's listening to him and talking to him and giving him advice and giving him ideas. Like I'm putting out more than I'm giving more than I'm taking. He probably dealt with a lot of takers and she's more of a giver. That's why she's here.
Now, I know it's your final thoughts. I'll give you the mic right back. I just think that it's something like, I think most women, based off of her content, I've been following her before she's a pick-me, right? So when you're a pick-me and you're pouring into somebody, what ends up happening is you start feeling like, yo, she's doing something that I aspire to be doing, and I'm not able to do that yet because I haven't learned how to rest in this, right? So because I haven't figured that out, I'm going to criticize and be at her throat because she's doing everything right.
Absolutely.
Now, if he drops the ball, that don't mean that she's less valued. That just means that he dropped the ball.
Right.
But I'm sorry.
Right. So yeah, no, I definitely get that. What else was the women leaders?
Women leaders.
I think women can lead. I think there have been successful relationships where women led. I feel like don't shake your head because you don't know every relationship. If just because you know the man, don't make it to where you feel like he's the leader. He's probably the leader in your eyes because that's who you have the most contact with. But she's the one who's doing all the paperwork, paying all the bills, making all the appointments, and doing everything that he's not capable of. So don't shake your head because we don't know everyone's relationship. So I do feel like women can be leaders, but I feel like the relationship that I want, that I'm ready for my man to lead. Like, I'm sick of being the independent breadwinner, money maker, I'm sick of being the head of the household. Like it's annoying, it's overbearing, it's everything, and I would just love for my man to come, even if I make the most amount of money. I can make the most amount of money, but he has that mentality where he know what to do with the money. Because I'm in Pretty Girl, I'm in Rainbows, I'm in the beauty supply store buying these lace fronts, and he's encouraging me to, hey, put this money to the side to do a bank account. Let's do this business. So it's more of the head on his shoulder. So that's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for a man leader.
So
I'm listening.
So I'm a firm believer in you can't. And I hear you. You can't mute up, please. You can't come. We talking about the Super Bowl earlier. I'm just going to tie it to that. We can't show up when it's game time and expect to perform our best. We got to practice that before we get.
Absolutely.
We got to practice that before we get to the game.
Absolutely.
Right. So any energy as to I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a successful business owner, I want to drive an expensive car, I want to have the nicest clothes. Everything I stated starts with if I'm going to Freddy's. Remember Freddy's? If I'm going to Freddy's and I'm wearing a $10 outfit, I gotta treat that $10 outfit like it's $1 million one.
Absolutely.
If I'm driving a Honda Civic, I gotta treat that Honda Civic like it's a Bentley. If I got a online business, I gotta treat that online business like it's a brick and mortar. If I have an apartment, I gotta treat that apartment like it's a house. Right? I gotta pay those bills on time like it's a mortgage. So whatever we're doing and whatever we aspire for, I often say that there has to be a starting point, and everybody has a first day on the job. Right. So if I want a loving relationship where I want to relinquish those intangibles of letting him or her do certain things, I have to start it before I actually get there. Absolutely. Right? So with all that in mind, I celebrate and commend you for that, because in most cases, we have to show up for the job before we actually get there. So to that, I appreciate it.
Yes.
Final thoughts, Ken.
Final thoughts. I guess we're gonna talk about Monique first. We don't care.
We don't care.
I don't need to say.
Right.
I don't need a refresher.
Monique, if you're listening.
Oh God.
Sweet baby. We, the public, we do not care about how much money you didn't make or did make. But if you want to be successful, you should probably not use the time that you have to have everybody's attention to talk about the individuals that cut the checks.
Wake that up.
Ooh, right. Ooh.
To the Super Bowl performance, I don't feel like there was malicious intent by Usher. However, not my wife.
Okay.
Listen, bro, you can go past, you can do all the slide stepping you want, but putting both of your arms and putting your penis on my wife behind in front of 100 million people and then smiling about it, we're not doing that.
Right.
Respectfully. If she can't be on the show, she can't be on the show. We got plenty of money. But we're not doing that. Because you know, if Ms. Knowles was on that show, there's no way you would go behind her and wrap your arms around her and be rubbing your Johnson on her backside. So, to Swiss Beats, I commend you for taking the high road, but not my wife.
We love you, Swizzy.
I think I said enough about
Leadership in women.
Can women lead? I think women can be leaders in many different walks of life. But I do agree with Broadway as far as the genetics of it all. Because I've said for a long time, the reason why this country probably will never have a woman president is because I don't think the woman will be able to lead the country without emotion.
What?
In foreign policy and different things like that, even with foreign policy, there's other countries that don't have the same liberal view of women that we have in this country. So with that being said, I think the vice presidency, as horrible of a job she's doing, but I don't think they will ever allow a woman to get an opportunity to be the president because of that reason. I don't think that it will bode well as far as not being able to detach emotions from decisions.
Right. I wouldn't want a woman president, honestly speaking. Me being a woman, I 100% agree with you. I wouldn't want a woman president.
Yeah. And outside of that, I think women can lead. But in a relationship, I think the man has to be the leader in order for the relationship to be successful. Because as you said, first of all, your children take from what they see. And whether you want to discuss things with him in private, for the world and for your children and for anybody else looking at your relationship from the outside in, they have to see your man as a leader. Like I just had a situation where we were talking about if you're out with your woman and a man walks up to her talking to her that she doesn't know,
Right.
you can tell a lot about the distinction in a relationship by her reaction. Now, for me, a woman that I would want on my arm, if a man that she doesn't know comes up talking to her while we're out together, she's going to direct him to me.
Correct. But if a man walks up to a woman that's not really in that same light, she's going to step forward and shake the man's hand. Right. And assume the
responsibility that I would assume.
Right.
Because if you walked up to my woman and was talking to her, I'm going to step up. Bro, how can I help you? What's going on, bro?
I agree with that. And to add on to that, I'm a firm believer that women should not, and this is how I carry things on my day-to-day, I'm a firm believer that if that same situation, me and my significant other walking down the street, if there's a man or if there's something that needs to be handled, that goes through me. There shouldn't be no, so I totally am in alignment with what you're saying, right? But again, if you don't have that construct, if you don't come from that, right? If you come from being in a household where you perhaps are not too much on the ladies, right? But if you come from a construct of having a woman lead the household and that's all you saw as a little boy, you might, in part, not even saying you're feminine, but you might not know that because
you think it's acceptable.
You think it's okay.
Yep.
Just like if you a woman and
women don't want.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, women don't want that. Women
it's gonna
want
run
men.
out. The time is on a hourglass.
Yeah.
But just like if you're a woman and you come from a constructive household where your father was a leader or there's a man figure in the house that was a leader, you're gonna look for those qualities in the men you date.
Yeah.
But if you come from a household where your mother made all the decisions and your mother told everybody what to do, and your mother had men that wasn't really up to par, we can't expect, of course there's exceptions to every rule, but we can't expect you to not make those same decisions. Like we make a lot of bad decisions that affect our children.
Yeah.
Amen to
We
that.
have generational curses, both financially, scholastically, and just life in general that affect our children.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've seen some strong men come from single woman households.
Of course.
I'm not taking that away from I feel like our women is the strongest life force on this earth.
Indeed.
So I'm not taking anything away, but I'm telling you, if I'm in a relationship with you, this partnership only works if one person leads and the other person assists.
And it's not to say that women can't be
you can't
leaders.
do nothing.
Right.
Because before I was a leader, I was a great follower, right? When I was a kid, you had my uncles, you had my elders, and I was able to sit there quietly until it was my turn, right? But in most cases, like your point is, women want men to be leaders. Women don't want to lead, to what you said, right, Rue?
I do.
So I totally concur.
Like we had this conversation I had this conversation on another podcast previously, and what the women kept saying every time we would talk about this is that, oh well, I'm gonna stand beside my man, and I was like, well, I need to know your relationship status. Oh, me being single don't have nothing to do with it. I said your mindset is why you're single.
Right.
Not to harp on the Bible, I mean, because I am Muslim and I don't want to go into Lala's book and talk, but yes, there's a double standard in most scriptures that talk about male and female relationships. But there is a scripture that says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Am I saying it right, Lala?
Yes.
Yes.
And her face sounds exactly how they said.
Yeah,
yes.
no, 100%. That's why I said
I feel like every man is looking for that person that gives his leadership validity. And nothing validates your leadership more than your woman celebrating and encouraging your leadership, regardless of who makes the most money. And that's my final thought.
I love it. I'm ready for a leader. I'm tired of being.
Let me tell you something.
I'm tired of.
Let me tell you something, okay? Just because I'm a leader, that don't mean that I don't know how to be led, okay?
I said that
you
already.
put that in your little pipe and smoke it.
Why you
And
saying
Look, she's doing all of this.
Wow.
I gave you your flowers. What did I say? I said I agree with everything you said. So don't be picking on me.
I wasn't picking on you. I was just making sure I was quoting the Bible scripture correctly.
Single, okay?
Go for it, La. You got it, La. La, you got it.
Listen,
No,
it's not every day that we get to discuss the Bible with a woman of the cloth.
Right.
No.
All I asked you was, did I say the scripture right?
All day. Don't be picking on me. Leave me alone.
I got your back.
He just wanted to make sure you said it right. He ain't want to be under the heat like Bravo and stuff.
This is exactly why.
Nas, make sure you clip up what Ray said. He was dropping the bars. Listen, man. Quick final thoughts on me again. I just simply say I concur with what everybody said. I think we all have different point of views on it. You know, you ladies do a great job at leading. I'm not gonna lie. You know, and I think you guys under what my fear is that because we know marketing is catered to women, it's not catered to us. You guys spend most of the money. We don't spend it, right? We say, hey, let's hold on to this for a rainy day. Let's be logical. Let's not spend it, right? So when you see these ads that's circling and going on the TV screen and on Instagram and on Amazon, that's more so catered to you guys, not us, right? So it's my fear that you guys become so entrenched inside of making it normal to make money and become familiar with that you guys start to misuse your power. As Lala stated, and as many have done, they misuse the word. They misuse what people say. Vegas, Malcolm X, the Bible, right? They misuse things to bend it to their point of view.
Absolutely.
It's my horoscope, right? Horoscope, right? They misuse these things and they bend it to their will. So it's my hope that the women that are righteous, that have an agenda, that knows what they want to do and have focus and keep their head down and do the work. And next part, I'm going to talk about keeping your head down and doing the work. Stop making that normal. We got to stop, ladies, this independent, I-N-D-E. You got to stop with that normalcy, right? And start really simply pouring into and recognizing that you need that family construct. Without that family construct and men being in the household, we not in the 80s no more. We not in the 70s no more. We got to wake it up and start realizing simply these aren't those times. And there are a lot of men that want to simply be a part of their children's life, right? There's a lot of men that's actively proposing and getting down on one knee and asking for a hand in marriage. There are men that want to rise to the occasion. So you can't hold these new era or these modernized men to what has happened back in the day. With that said, I bid you all adieu. You guys know my vibe. You know my body. Live on Broadway podcast. You know how we do on this side, how we give it up. Let me get a room check. Pool.
Clear.
Y'all know the vibe. Tap in with us.
Do you have relationship questions you need answered? Spicy topics? DM us at Live on Broadway Podcast. Have music, products, or an ad you want us to run? Email us at Live on Broadway Podcast. Be sure to tap in. Mondays, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live on IM_Broadway's Instagram. Clear.